believe God has led us to Tennessee, and I also believe that He chose me to be the first consultant. And there are times when I do not understand why, but I know I am where I'm supposed to be. What I have learned from that time in my life was I was determined to do whatever it took to support my family. I had to have perseverance to get through this difficult time. And I also learned that by trusting God, we ended up exactly where He wants us. I was so nervous about my first party. It was November 2003. I remember standing in front of my neighbor's dining room table. I set up my products perfectly. I had all my catalogs laid out on the table, and I was ready to go. Then I realized there are guests coming. I might have to speak to them to get sales. I remember being so afraid to talk to them, and I only spoke if they spoke to me first. I stood by the table, and I hoped that no one would ask me a question because I was scared I was not going to know the answer. I even forgot to ask if anyone wanted to book a party. I had very little training and no idea what I was doing. My journey has forced me to get out of my comfort zone so many times. Cindy has encouraged me on countless occasions to do something I was not comfortable with. Whether it was a party, a training video, a conference call, a catalog cover, or standing in front of you here tonight. I was not always a natural-born leader, and it took me so many years to develop the skills to be the leader that you see today. I joined 31 to simply make an extra $200 a month to add to our family budget. At the time, we lived paycheck to paycheck, so an extra $200 was very helpful for our budget. I also wanted to get out of the house and be with adults because I was a stay-at-home mom. I needed that time away. That is why I joined, and that's all I ever expected. And it wasn't until our 2006 national conference that I realized the potential. We had a guest speaker that was an upper-level leader with another direct selling company. And as she told her story, she shared that she made $75,000 the previous year. I listened to her story, and I was in shock. I could not believe that anyone could make that much money in direct sales. I had no idea that it was even possible. That was the moment that I felt if she could do it, I could too. Through the years, I learned that building a business can be very empowering. Eventually, it was not about the $200 extra a month. It was about helping other women realize that if I can do it, so can she. I know that God led me to 31, and I have discovered that I have a much bigger purpose with 31. One of my favorite parts about my business is seeing other women realize that they can achieve their goals and dreams. The leader I mentioned before has been a role model and an inspiration for me personally in my 31 journey. Anytime I needed her help or guidance, she was always there for me, even though she was a leader with a different company. She taught me so many things that have stuck with me throughout the years. That woman is now an employee with 31, and some of you might know her. Her name is Amy Neal. Amy works in the leadership development department, and she is truly an amazing person. A lot of people think that my success comes easily because I was in the right place at the right time, or because I was the first consultant. And this just isn't true. What a lot of people do not remember is there was a number 2, a number 3, a number 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and they all quit. I am successful because I am determined. I persevered through the hard times. I run a consistent business, and I have faith in 31. In the early days of 31, I had no reason to have any faith in the company. We had so many issues that it was so easy to give up. We had extremely long back orders. Sometimes it was up to 3 months. We had major product quality issues and many growing pains. I did not have anyone ahead of me like what you see the national executive directors and senior executive directors doing today. And it was very hard to see the potential through these growing pains. I often think back that night in my neighbor's dining room when I did not know what I was doing. I was that shy woman who knew nothing about running a business. I could not have dreamed of the path that lay before me, and I am so thankful that I persevered through those hard times and I did not give up. Everyone in this room will have tough times along your journey. You are not alone. Just remember that and do not ever give up. So I wanted to tell you my 4 tips for success, and they are hard work, perseverance, determination, and consistency. These 4 things are my secret to success, and I know in my heart that if I can do this, you can do this too. And as I mentioned earlier, one of my favorite parts of this business is seeing other women achieve their goals and dreams. And tonight I am so honored to welcome 55 women that are in my NED lineage to the stage. These women have worked so hard over the last year to achieve their goals and dreams, and I'm so excited to be a big part of their moment.